I was about to give up watching Formula One completely. I mean, look, the sport has been dominated by Red Bull for the past 2 years now. And after watching Max Verstappen win the first 2 races, I was like, shucks, the championship is gone. I mean, there's no coming back from this. I mean, these guys have been winning with a margin of like 12 seconds, 3 seconds, 20 seconds at one point. I mean, Max has been winning the last 9 races already. I mean, how good can you be? The guy is that good. And a lot of us have been wondering, is it still worth watching Formula One? You already know who's going to win on that weekend. You already know Max is going to come on top. You know, the guy is outstanding. His driving is beyond spectacular. Not even his teammate, Perez, can match what he does. So, yeah, after they won the first 2 races, I was like, yeah, it's okay. Red Bull has won it this time. They've won the constructors. Congrats to them. Hip hip hooray. Then the most amazing thing happened this weekend.
And Formula One is underway in Melbourne.
Ferrari, Carlos Sainz, Q1 coming up on top, Q2 coming up on top, Q3 he was then second. Obviously beaten by Max Verstappen, but not by a huge margin.
Max Verstappen looking for the front, finding the front. Finally, that car looks dialed in when it matters most.
Ferrari definitely came to play this weekend, and I was excited. When I saw the qualifying, I was like, okay, maybe something will happen here. Especially looking at the gap in between the guys. I was like, okay, no, this is not such a huge gap, you know? Something is gonna happen. Right, the Australian GP begins on Sunday morning. Some of us, I think, we're still asleep, but it's like 6 a.m. So the race starts, 5 lights go off, and they go. Now, in the second lap, here comes Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz pulls a move on Max Verstappen. That was a genius move. This guy is known to be a smooth operator, and that time he really did operate, I kid you not.
Was a smooth operator. Oh, I forgot. Smooth operator.
So he goes on the outside, beats the guy.
Here we go, the best chance to get past his old teammate. These two started life in Formula One together at Toro Rosso, and they're about to go wheel to wheel. You're watching a Ferrari take the lead of the Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz.
2 laps later, this is lap number 4, Verstappen starts having engine problems.
Can you believe what we're seeing? The man who has finished every Grand Prix since he retired from this one in 2022 has smoke from the rear of the car.
You could see that he's still, fighting the car. He still wants to keep going. He still wants to catch Carlos Sainz, but the car is giving up. And I really feel like Carlos Sainz was denied the opportunity to race Max Verstappen. I feel like Ferrari was denied the opportunity to show us what this new car can do. And if you looked at the pace that they had, in the second lap, Sainz took the lead. So had that race continued for the duration, I believe we would have seen a battle for first place, especially with the pit stops coming into play. We all know Ferrari, they always fuck up pit stops. But this time they nailed it to the T. So it could have been a beautiful race. Congrats to him, they won. Congrats to Ferrari. It really tells us a lot. Now, Max, he ended up pulling a DNF. He did not finish the race because of that engine failure. And then it turns out Perez also finished down the line, and in a car which is supposedly fast and which is matched to Max's car. He should have been probably the leader in this regard, but he did not. Typical of him. Mercedes-Benz, nothing good from that camp. Hamilton suffered also an engine failure.
Yeah, I've had an engine failure.
Oh, okay.
Engine failure.
Hamilton out of the race. Our second retirement of the day.
And George Russell just buried the car into the barrier.
George Russell with a massive accident at the end of the Grand Prix at turn number 6. And that will end the race as a contest.
For the first time, I think this year, Mercedes-Benz has not scored any points. So things are looking a bit dark in that camp. Looking at Hamilton leaving, he's not going to be part of the team next year with his big move to Ferrari. And I think as history has it, for history to happen, you have to be driving a Ferrari. Now, if you're looking at Hamilton, Hamilton is about to win his 8th championship, and Ferrari, if they secure this lead now and they work on this engine with the new regulations that are coming in next year, possibly they might win their 17th Constructors' Championship, which is a huge milestone. That's why Ferrari is dominating in this sport. That's why people love Ferrari in this sport. They're the most successful team in this sport. So as history would have it, looking at how Michael Schumacher rose to the top, I believe that Hamilton would be the right person in that seat to propel Ferrari forward and to possibly write history himself in that car. You have to write history in a Ferrari. If it's not in a Ferrari, it's not regarded as history. So I think, yes, Mercedes-Benz is not also taking that lightly. It is bad for them, looking at how they suffered. I'd rate this car as one of those middle guys with Renault and Alpine and them and McLaren. Even McLaren is way better than Mercedes-Benz right now, and they are using some of Mercedes-Benz's engine. So it's quite amazing. So I think that's why things are really going bad at Mercedes right now. They are not taking this thing lightly of Lewis Hamilton moving to Ferrari. It's already confirmed. So definitely it will be history in the making. Let's watch the sport. I was about to stop. I don't know about you. Leave a comment and drop a follow. Cheers.